The cost of living crisis is the daily reality facing millions of Australians. The Albanese government talks about economic success, yet Australians are living through an affordability crisis that is getting worse, not better. The government tells Australians that inflation is under control, that the economy is turning a corner. But Australians don't judge the economy by the Prime Minister's press releases. They feel it every time they walk into a supermarket to feed their families, to fill up their car, open an electricity bill, or try to balance their budget. The simple truth is that Australians are working harder than ever. They're still falling further behind. Families are buying less food at the checkout because they can't afford it. Parents are skipping meals so their children can eat. Pensioners are turning off the heater because they're frightened of the next electricity bill. Electricity bills that keep climbing because of the Labor government's obsession with building wind turbines. Small businesses are watching their costs climb while Aussies have less money to spend. Our office phones are ringing constantly with Aussies that are homeless and going hungry. Parents are saying their kids have gone to school hungry or missed school because they can't afford fuel to get them there. Labor promised Australians relief. Instead, Australians received higher grocery bills. Labor promised lower power prices. Instead, Australians received climbing electricity bills. Labor promised to make life easier. Instead, life has become more expensive at every turn. Is it any wonder that our Fire the Liar campaign is doing so well? Everyday Aussies are donating what they can to help One Nation get control of their country back. The Labor government continues to tell Australians that wind turbines lower the wholesale price of electricity, the wholesale price. The issue with that is that we don't pay the wholesale price of electricity, we pay the retail price in our bills. The retail price includes the endless government subsidies and confidential contracts that continue to add $30 billion every year to our power bills. And these billions in subsidies are landing in the pockets of foreign shell companies. That is hardly comforting to someone deciding whether they can afford groceries this week or whether they can fill their car with petrol. Then there is the backhander of a federal budget. The government congratulates itself on spending billions of dollars while Australians ask a much simpler question: why am I still hungry? Why do I get a cup of coffee a week? Aussies are wondering when they finally catch a break. Australians understand a simple principle. Governments cannot continue spending borrowed money without consequences. Every dollar wasted by the Labor government is eventually paid for by Australians through higher taxes, higher inflation or more debt for the future generations. The retail price of electricity affects everything. When electricity becomes more expensive, hospitals pay more, manufacturers pay more, farmers pay more, schools pay more, transport companies pay more, small businesses pay more. These costs are passed directly onto Australian families through higher prices on everyday purchases. Australians were promised cheaper electricity. They deserve to know why that promise has not been kept. The cost of building houses continues to rise. Insurance continues to rise. Council rates continue to rise. Yet Labor continues to insist that its plan is working. Working for whom? Is it working for Labor voters? I can tell you who it isn't working for. It isn't working for the pensioners counting every dollar before they go to buy food. It isn't working for families struggling to pay the rent. It isn't working for homeowners struggling to pay the mortgage repayments. And it isn't working for business owners wondering whether they can pay wages. The Prime Minister promised to lower power bills by $275. Instead, we have seen the increase every time we open our bills. The 78,000 Aussies that have donated to our Fire the Liar campaign have something to say about being continuously deceived. They are asking how long it is until we have a vote of no confidence in this government. One Nation will deliver lower retail electricity costs, sensible management of government spending, a stronger resources sector, more support for Australian farmers and producers, help for small business, and policies that put Australian families ahead of ideology. Australians are resilient. They are prepared to work hard. What they should not have to do is work harder every year because of the Labor government's financial incompetence. Senator Bell's matter of urgency deserves the support of every senator because it reflects what Australians are saying every single day. Life has become too expensive, too hard. This government has created generational debt for our children and grandchildren, and Australians deserve better. One Nation has a vision for building a stronger Australia.